Have you ever considered how often we betray ourselves in our quest to fit into societal molds? Imagine a bird, a creature born to soar freely in the sky, yet trapped within a cage. The cage, a metaphor for societal expectations, restrains the bird, clipping its wings and stifling the essence of its being. This is an allegory for self-betrayal, a term we often overlook, yet it permeates so many aspects of our lives. Self-betrayal is a subtle yet profound act of going against our deeply held values, of making choices or holding beliefs that run counter to our authentic selves. It's like the bird, by trying to fit into the cage, denying its true nature, its inherent desire to explore the expanse of the sky. In our lives, self-betrayal often manifests in our relationships, our careers, and our health habits. We might find ourselves tolerating disrespect in relationships, not because we lack self-respect, but because we fear the potential conflict or loneliness that might arise if we stand up for ourselves. In our careers, we might stick to unfulfilling jobs, feeling stuck in a rut, yet reluctant to explore new opportunities, fearing the uncertainty. We betray the part of us that yearns for fulfillment, for purpose, for passion. In regards to our health, we might disregard our well-being, indulging in unhealthy habits because it's easier to follow the crowd than to swim against the tide. We betray the part of us that seeks vitality, longevity, and a balanced life. Just like the bird, we too often clip our own wings. We allow the cage of societal expectations to limit us, to confine us, to define us. Yet that's not who we truly are. We are not the cage. We are the bird, inherently free, inherently powerful, inherently beautiful. The cage is not our home. The sky is. Like a bird trapped in a cage of societal expectations, we too often clip our own wings. The question then is, how do we break free from this cage? How do we unclip our wings and reclaim our inherent freedom? The journey starts with understanding the aftermath of self-betrayal. What happens when we constantly betray ourselves? Imagine a ship setting sail without a compass. It's at the mercy of the seas, aimlessly wandering and often lost. This is what life becomes when we persistently betray our true selves. We become vessels adrift in the vast ocean of existence without a guiding compass. Just like a ship without a compass, when we betray our authentic selves, we erode the self-trust that is our North Star. We begin to doubt our decisions, our instincts, and our worthiness. We question our abilities, second-guess our desires, and undermine our confidence. This self-doubt is like a corrosive acid, slowly eating away at our sense of self, fragmenting our identity. When we're disconnected from our true selves, we're like a puzzle with missing pieces. We might still look complete from a distance, but up close the gaps are glaringly obvious. This fragmentation leads to a spiritual crisis. We start to question our purpose, our place in the universe, and the meaning of our existence. This existential crisis can be deeply unsettling and frightening. As we continue to ignore our inner compass, we begin to experience symptoms of this self-betrayal. Anxiety creeps in like a thief in the night, robbing us of our peace of mind. Depression casts a long, dark shadow over our lives, dimming the light of joy and happiness. We feel like imposters in our own lives, constantly wearing masks to hide our true selves. This disconnected, floating feeling is a telltale sign that we're drifting further away from our authentic selves. Think of it as a tree that's been uprooted. The tree may still look alive for a while, but without its roots firmly anchored in the ground, it's only a matter of time before it withers and dies. This is the harsh reality of self-betrayal. When we betray ourselves, it's akin to turning a deaf ear to our inner compass, leading us astray. We become like that ship lost at sea, or the uprooted tree disconnected from our source of life and direction. The aftermath of self-betrayal is a journey into the wilderness of the soul, a journey that can only be reversed by returning to our authentic selves. Is there a way out of this self-inflicted labyrinth of betrayal, you may ask? Indeed there is, and the path to recovery lies within our own selves. It's a journey of courageous unraveling, a voyage of self-discovery, and ultimately a trek back to our authentic selves. Imagine being trapped in a maze, the walls built from bricks of societal expectations, fear, and self-imposed restrictions. Each turn takes you further away from the center, where your authentic self resides. But the key to escape is not outside, it's within you. It's about dismantling those walls, brick by brick, belief by belief, and making your way back to the center, This process requires courage, for it's not easy to face the conditioned identities we've built over the years. But, like a skilled archaeologist, we must meticulously examine each layer of conditioning, each fossilized belief, and gently brush it away to reveal the core of our truth. Deep self-inquiry becomes our tool in this excavation. It's like holding up a mirror to our souls, reflecting our natural personality, gifts, values, and desires that have been buried under layers of societal expectations and self-betrayal. This journey can be likened to an allegory of the lotus flower. The lotus starts its life in the murky depths of a pond, but it does not allow its environment to define it. Instead, it pushes through the water and the mud, reaching towards the light. When it finally breaks the surface, it blooms into one of the most beautiful flowers in existence. In a similar vein, we too can rise from the murkiness of self-betrayal towards the light of self-recognition. By courageously pushing through the layers of societal conditioning and fear, we can bloom into our authentic selves, radiant in our truth and integrity. Remember, there's no external validation that can substitute the inner peace of aligning with your authentic self. The path to recovery from self-betrayal is not a destination, it's a journey of continuous self-inquiry, self-discovery, and self-love. The journey back to self is akin to a phoenix rising from the ashes of its own self-betrayal. Just like the phoenix, we too can rise, reborn, from the ashes of our self-betrayal, stronger, wiser, and more authentic than ever before. What does life look like when we stop betraying ourselves? Imagine a tree, stifled and choked by a parasitic vine. Once the vine is removed, the tree can finally breathe, grow, and flourish. This is the freedom we experience when we remember our true selves. We begin to make choices that honor our inner integrity rather than seeking external validation. Each decision becomes a stepping stone towards a more genuine existence. We start to live not by the expectations of others, but by our own values, desires, and soul vision. This shift in perspective leads to an empowered state of wholeness, where our true selves are no longer buried under layers of societal conditioning. We find clarity in our purpose and conviction in our actions. We're no longer just surviving, we're thriving, living each day with intention and authenticity. When we embrace our authenticity, we liberate ourselves from the cage of self-betrayal, soaring high on the wings of true freedom.